truth, and life. Here is the Brother Leon Show. You better recognize.
What's going on, listeners? This is your boy, Brother Leon, and you are tuning into another episode of the Brother Leon Show. So, hey, I told you guys that we were going to go into this whole relationship segment hard. So today I put up a question whether or not it was okay to pray to God and ask God for your preference. And can your preference be addictive? So with that being said, man, we are going to talk about preference. We're going to talk about addictions. We are going to go in this thing because I'm opening up a can of worms. And that's the God knows truth. So I'm going to just get it out the way right now. I'm sorry. This episode and probably the following episodes are going to be explicit. Some of them may be offensive. And I ain't going to lie. I know I'm going to probably be in the doghouse for this one. I know I am. But nevertheless, it has to be said. And nevertheless, I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to put it out there. Preemptive strike. I'm sorry. So, my thing is that I want you guys to understand this, is that everybody comes with likes. Everybody comes with desires. Everybody has a preference when it comes to people that they are attracted to, people that they want to have sex with, people that they want to be in a relationship with. And that's the God knows truth. So you might as well just fess up because that's how you are. And that's the God knows truth. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Man, please, it's some girls out here who are 5'9" and they will not date a guy that's below 5'9". Matter of fact, they won't even date a guy that's 5'9". You got to be 6 and up. And some of them, they will straight up tell you, sorry, boo-boo, you got to be this high to get on this ride. And that's the God knows truth. And it's crazy how you hear some of that conversation. Man, please, I'm going to tell you my preference. Oh, man, I'm getting ready to go into some mess. But it's okay. Because a lot of times you got to be transparent in order for honesty to come out, in order for truth to come out so that you can be free. And that's the God knows truth. Man, my thing, I love dark women. The blacker the berry, that was just me. If she was thick, if she was dark skinned, oh my God, that was me. She had to be thick, dark skinned, have a big ass. And I was just all over that because that was my preference. And I got a taste of that in the world. I got a taste of that in the church. And that thing followed me for a long time. I'm like, man, please, a light-skinned girl couldn't do nothing for me. I could just take a light-skinned girl and take her to a dark-skinned guy. Seriously. That's the God knows truth. But I'm not going to lie, man. Many a day, that preference got me into an addiction. I was addicted to dark-skinned girls. I was addicted to big butts. And then, oh my God, man, when Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with his thing, my Baby Got Back, and then they had a porn series of the same name. And then they came out with Rump Shaker, and then MC Hammer came out with Humps in a Bump, Pumps in a Bump, however that song was. And man, that's all I had on my mind. I'm serious. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Man, all day long. I'm serious. And the crazy part about it is that it just seemed like, after a while, it was just like, I don't even care what the face look like. It's just, does she got a big ass? Seriously. And I know some of you women out here that, you probably like, does he have a big dick? Does he have a big penis? Is he going to have me crawling the walls and everything? Is he bow-legged, ball? I'm serious. Y'all know what y'all preference is. But I'm just talking about the men right now. But the one thing I want you guys to understand and know is that, you know, these are the realities that we have to embrace. Because when you begin to go into addictions, and I began to look up, you know, is there a thing about genital addiction? You just, you know, addicted to genitals, whether they female or male. You know, and so I'm going to unpack this. I'm going to start this. I'm going to call this the intro. But going back to what I was saying, man, I just didn't care anymore. And then the crazy thing is, man, the way that I used to roll when I was in the streets, I met this one honey. I mean, man, please. She knew how to throw it. I mean, man, she knew how to throw it. She could suck it and throw it. Seriously. And I mean, I just dealt with her. But the thing is that thing began to mark me. And after a while, it was like, you know, I ain't gonna lie. She wasn't the prettiest woman in the world, but she knew how to sex me. She knew how to touch me. And because she knew how to touch me, always saw myself gravitating back to her. And then she ended up becoming the template. And it was like, you know, if you couldn't do it like so-and-so and so, I don't want to fool with you. Seriously. And the crazy part is that when you start to look at hear some of these love songs, you know, I remember that Boys to Men song. You know, I can't move on. Some of them songs I can't move on because they just can't compare to you. Something along those lines. When you start listening to some of these love songs. And we're going to have an episode on that. But getting back to preference, man, please. And I mean, that's what it was. And I mean, I was addicted. And I ain't going to lie, man. I was driven. Oh my God. And the thing is that I understand how that door ended up getting open. That door ended up getting open through pornography. And I began to really explore and really get to the place whereas, okay, I want to try this out. And then the crazy part is, man, I tried it out. And I mean, man, when you in church and you get a taste of the world because all you ever knew was church, they don't never prepare you for that. And I got a taste of the world and it blew my mind. I'm like, man, please. I'm like, yeah, I love God, but I like coming more. I'm serious. And I mean, yo, you could judge me all day long, but all of us have been there one way or another. Love God, but love coming. So, you know, the thing is that at the end of the day, you know, we got to get to the place, man, where we start having logic. Because I'm not going to lie, when I look back, man, the places that I've been, the people that I've been with, it's by the grace of God, I ain't dead. You know, because I'm like, man, please. I mean, you know, sometimes when you being led by your dick and you just being led by a big ass, you don't care where you fucking at. Seriously. I mean, man, I was fucking in the car. I was fucking in strange people's houses. I remember one time I was up here fucking in a basement. A basement. Seriously. A basement. A basement of a house that I didn't even know. And I'm like, if I end up getting robbed down here, who gonna know I was here? Seriously. If they end up killing me, who's gonna know I was here? You know, I'll be in the dump somewhere. But, you know, the crazy thing is that a lot of times you never think about it. You never think about it. You're just like, yo, I'm just going to get this. And then when I got an apartment, oh, my God. Woo. Man, they was going in and out. And I had me a little corner store right across the street from where I lived at. I remember one time, man, I ended up going to the store 2 times buying two boxes of condiment. And I remember the cashier was like, yo, man, let me go with you. What's going on? Yo, what kind of party you having? I was like, man, nigga, please. You ain't coming with me. I'm like, man, because I'm serious. And some of you may look at me now and be like, I can't see that with him. Yeah, it's always the quiet ones. And that was me. I'm serious. That was me all day long. And I'm just being honest because I'm trying to get to a place where you can be honest so that you can begin to deal with the issues of where you were at or where you may even be at right now. Because the thing is that those things mark me. I'm serious. Those things marked me. They marked my life. And one thing that I said, even in yesterday's episode, doing the Cold Car Chronicles, is that you never think about sexual energy being like currency. And I made some bad investments. I ain't gonna lie. I got to thinking about this episode and Eddie Murphy and Raw and how he was like, man, I put my dick on the crap table many a night. And he was just like, come on, 7. I need a girl with nice hair, big ass. And I mean, just rolling the dice. And that's how I was. I was just rolling the dice. Ah, damn. Snake eyes. Cockeyed bitch. Seriously. And I mean, man, and the crazy part is that at the end of the day, that might be an Eddie Murphy joke, but that was life for some of us. Looking at where we were. And I'm like, man, I remember the day, man, just having sex in the car. I'm like, man, I'm so glad that I graduated to a house and then graduated to an apartment rather. Because after that, I was like, I ain't doing that no more. But, at that age, being young like that, it's like, you get in where you fit in. But is it wrong for you to ask God to give you that preference? I say no. Because I look at it like this. You have to begin to ask God to purge and cleanse and sanctify your desires. I ain't gonna lie. It's just certain, I'm telling you, man, if she was dark skinned, if she was thick, if she was Jamaican, that was me. If she had natural locks, dreads, braids, that was me. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't a sin. What happens, the sin complex comes to the Christian when they begin to violate their own conscience, when they begin to violate their own convictions, when that thing begins to twist you out and it's like you don't even care about the person, it's just about the sex. And sometimes all it is sex. But we got to get to the place whereas even if it's just sex, let's be honest and say it's just that. A lot of us, man, we have gotten our hearts broken and we have been devastated because people have been unethical and not being honest. If it's just going to be us smashing, if I'm going to be smashing your cakes, if it's going to be that, if it's just going to be that, then let it be known that it's just going to be that. Because then that way, can't nobody get mad because you knew what it was from the beginning, just like I knew what it was from the beginning. And let me just put this thing to bed right here. You can't just have sex without emotions getting involved. I'm going to tell you that right now. Men can do it, but women can't do it. And then there's some men, they get open, and then next thing you know, it's like boomerang. Seriously. It's like boomerang. Some women it's like, what's that movie with Taraji P. Henson? Oh my God, I forget the name of that daggone movie. And I bought the movie with Taraji P. Henson and she broke up with the dude and then dude ended up getting rich and everything like that. Acrimony. Yes, acrimony. Some of it's like that. Some of it's like, what's that movie with Glenn Close? Fatal Attraction. Seriously. Some of you got a fatal attraction. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I used to love crazy women. Because I ain't gonna lie, you ain't lived until you had a crazy woman because sex with a crazy woman, oh my God, that shit is intense. I mean, man, she just looking at you eye to eye. Why she just doing whatever you want. And the crazy part about it is that I was so fucked up that I wanted that. Seriously. You have to ask yourself, what is wrong with you when you want crazy? What is wrong with you? I mean, crazy. I mean, 3 flat tires, sugar in the tank, crazy. But then, hey, to hear my wife speak, I'm the one that made him that way. I'm like, I ain't it. Man, please. All right, then I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it today. I ain't taking it tomorrow. But the one thing that you got to realize is that, man, when it comes to this whole sex thing, man, I ain't going to lie. I understand that Keith Sweat song about getting into it. I totally understand when Jamie Foxx says, I fall for your type. When I saw that video, I was like, damn, I wish I would have saw this shit 20 years ago. I'm serious. You know, you say that you're nothing like the last girl. I don't pray that you don't let me down right now. It's too late. I'm already yours. You just gotta promise me hearts won't break and end up like before. And then he goes right into the court. And the crazy part is that, man, I did an episode on The Beautiful Ones by Prince's song. The Beautiful Ones always make you break the picture. I'm serious. I broke the picture. I said I hate you. I mean, man, please. Because I'm like, man, I'm telling you, man, yo. Woo. When you get out there, when your nose gets open as a man, yeah, you will find yourself doing shit that you never thought that you would do. Seriously. When your nose get open, you will find yourself, let me follow her. And then if you find out where she at, then you up here waiting out in the parking lot. Just to make sure she don't come out with somebody. I remember, man, one time, oh my God, I cannot believe the shit I'm putting out here today. I remember one time, oh my God, man, I'm even ashamed to say this. I remember one time I was in the parking lot watching because I felt like, yo, you need to be with me. But I'm gonna be having a little get together for the holidays with my crew, and we gonna be over da 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 da. And so I'm up here like, yeah, I'm just gonna check just to make sure. No trust, nothing. And the crazy part about it is that I came to myself in the car. I was like, man, what the hell am I doing? Because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, even if you did catch him with somebody, what is that really going to do for you? I mean, you're going to be hurt because you can't make a person love you. You can't make a person be faithful to you. You can't make a person give you reciprocity. Seriously. And some of you are looking for emotional deposits by people who can't give you jack. And that's the God knows truth. So I'm here to tell you right now, man, yo, wake up. Because if you got to start playing Columbo, next thing you know, you up here clapping. Ooh, I got him. Ooh, wait till I spring this on. They don't know I know, but I got the picture because my God. And I'm like, man, yo, anytime you got to start playing detective, it's not worth it. I'm telling you, don't even waste your time. Some of you have bought GPSs, putting them on the vehicles, so that you can know. Some of you are hacking computers, hacking accounts. Some of you right now are even hacking phones, going into voicemails, going into DMs. If you got to do all that, it ain't worth it. That's the God knows truth. It is not worth you putting the energy to find out the way to heartbreak. And I'm going to tell you this, man, look. After a while, they're going to give it up any daggone way. And if it look like a duck, smell like a duck, quack like a duck, got feathers like a duck, and you know within your know, or you know within your heart and in your gut, most likely it is. Seriously. Most likely it is. Especially if they got a history. So I just want to save you a little bit of time. When you got to start playing detective, it ain't worth it anymore. Seriously. Because your whole thing is now the trust is gone. The insecurity starts setting in. And now the walls are up. And now you feel like, yo, I got to prove that they are unworthy. And I got to prove that they are unfaithful. So, hey, I'm going to just say this, man. Save yourself some time. But the one thing I will say is this. It is nothing wrong with you asking God to give you your desire. If you desire a Spanish man, then believe God. But also know this, that when you put that out there in the universe, trust and believe that the devil also knows too. And he will send you a carnal version or even a halfway saved version, unequally yoked version with your preferences. So you have to ask yourself, is it more physical preferences or is it more emotional, spiritual, and social preferences? Because these are the things that will last. Because you can have a big ass and no integrity. I've seen girls know how to use that bad boy because, man, they know how to bounce it. Man, please, they will put the baby oil on it, make that thing shimmer. And I mean, man, next thing you know, man, you up here maxing out credit cards. Seriously. Oh, my God. Don't let it be oral sex. Oh, my God. That right there, yo, that is a black man's kryptonite. Especially if she know how to do it real good and you ain't feeling like you getting circumcised all over again. Seriously. Both, and I mean, not only women giving it to men, but men giving it to women. I ain't gonna lie. Women, yo, I'm telling you, you got to begin to ask God, hey, Lord, I know this is what I want, but I need you to, purge, sanctify, and cleanse my desires. Because I just don't want it to be just physical. I want this thing to be spiritual. Seriously. I need a man that's built like this, got a bald head like that, make money like that, but also love you more than he loved me. And that's just for my Christian people. Now, hey, non-Christians, you make sure that you can trust. Because trust goes all the way around the board. And you do that in the dating phase. You do that by asking the hard questions. Because there's some girls out here, man, please. They don't care what a nigga look like. If they can see his print in the jeans or in the sweatpants, man, please. They gonna be sliding him a number, have him come over and break them off. Seriously, some women are like that. And then you have to ask yourself, man, where did the door get open? Just like some guys, where did the door get open? Some of my people in the LGBTQ plus community. Where did the door get open? Because now it's like, yo, I'm going to be the top boy all over the place. Just flinging dicks. Seriously. And I mean, man, yo, we got to get to the place, man, where we begin to understand how we work. You got to understand how your sexuality is. Because if you don't, your sexuality can take and be used against you. Because people know how to manipulate sexually. That's the God knows truth. They will look you in the eye and all the while they, man, on top of you or while you in back of them, saying all types of stuff because men, they love the visual and they love the audio. Oh my God. Oh, daddy. Oh, God. Oh, you doing it right there. Come on, give it. I mean, man, that will blow a nigga's head off. Because if you rocking it a certain way and you saying certain shit, man, please, next thing you know, oh shit. And that's how it is. I mean, like with some of you went, don't touch me. Shit like that. And next thing you know, I'm like, yo, you scratching up. Boy got scratches on his neck. He got scratches on his back, scratches on his hair. You pulling his ears. He know he got you. Next thing you know, you up here trying to figure out how you can buy that nigga a PlayStation. Seriously. So I'm telling you, we got to begin to look at where we are. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with preference. But make sure not only do you include the physical, but you also include that which is spiritual. Because you need a person of integrity. And if all it's going to be is just sex, then realize that's what it is. And if that's the season where you are in life right now, then know that it comes with consequences. Know that it comes with, okay, there may be no exclusivity with this. And know that in these COVID streets, know right now that people are living their personal truth. And sometimes that personal truth means, yeah, I'm fucking you, but I'm also talking to her. Yeah, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to him, and him. So, don't get surprised and don't start acting up in the fucking mall when you see them in the food court with somebody. Seriously. And I'm like, man, I used to love watching that show Cheaters. Seriously, because I used to think like, why does it have to take you getting to the place where now you have to get these people involved to find out something that you probably knew in your heart. Seriously. Even when it came to Jerry Springer, so-and-so, or Maury Povich, so-and-so, you are not the father. Ah! Man, I love that. I love it. I'm serious. I'm sorry. And to just see old boy do his dance and say what he going to say, and then old girl just run in the back. And I'm like, why is it that they always run in the back? How come they just can't run in the audience? And the crazy thing is, I'm like, man, Lord, forgive me. That's just the ratchet shit that I like. Seriously. I don't know why, but I do. That and also, these hip hop shows. I'm serious. Oh my God. I remember when Flavor of Love came out. Oh my God. Season 1 and season 2. I really love season 2. I'm serious. Love New York. Definitely love Delicious. But definitely love New York. Because I'm like, man, she was my flavor all day long. And it was just, Lord, help me, Jesus. Because I was, one of them, she thick, she dark skinned, got a big ass, round-the-way girl attitude. That was me. And then I got into the Jamaican girls. And then after that, I was praying to God that God would hook me up with a Haitian woman. Like, man, I seen some of these Haitian women. I'm like, oh my God. Are all of them built like this? But at the end of the day, man, you got to get beyond the physical and begin to look at a person on the inside. And that's definitely what I want to say, because you can get so caught up into the looks and you can get so addicted to sex that you realize that you can lose yourself. Because some of these addictions, man, they start very young. Some of these addictions come because, our hearts have been broken. Some of these addictions come because, doors were open in our lives. And so, I just want to say, yeah, man, look, this episode is definitely explicit. We're definitely going to talk to various people regarding preference, and this is just the introduction. So, guys, with that being said, I want you to be blessed and know, man, put some spirit behind that piece. Put some love behind that piece. Put some integrity behind that piece. Because when the ass stops shaking, you're going to want some peace with your peace. And that's the God knows truth.
Walk in the truth that makes you free every day. Follow Brother Leon on all social media outlets.